Welcome to CouveCast, the City of Vancouver's official podcast, hosted by Steve Harris. Each episode is a mix of city insights, stories, behind the scenes, and hopefully a few laughs along the way. No jargon, just real talk with the people shaping Vancouver's future, one episode at a time.
Welcome to CouveCast, the City of Vancouver's official podcast. I'm your host, Steve Harris. Today, we will be talking with Lexi Farina, Climate Fellow with the City of Vancouver's climate team. She is here to talk about climate action framework in Vancouver and its vital role in our community. Lexi, thank you for joining me.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, so first of all, let's talk about Climate Fellow and what exactly that is, and tell me about that.
Sure. So I came to the City of Vancouver all the way from the East Coast. I'm originally from Massachusetts, and I just graduated with my Master's of Public Health.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So this program is for graduated master's students to place them in small and mid-sized cities across the U.S. to get a sense of what's happening at the local government level.
Great.
And so I matched with the Vancouver climate team, and I'm so excited to be here for a 2-year period, working on some really exciting issues.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on all that.
Thank
you. Speaking of climate, what is the Climate Action Framework, and when did this start, and why are we updating this now?
Absolutely. So the Climate Action Framework is the city's roadmap to achieving our really ambitious goal of carbon neutrality by 2040. And this plan was adopted by Council in 2022 following the heat waves that you probably remember, the heat dome in 2021.
I do vaguely remember.
Yes.
A little warm.
And so this plan kind of sets out all of the different actions that we can take both to mitigate the effects of climate change and greenhouse gas emissions, as well as to adapt to the already changing climate.
Okay. So some changes and maybe looking forward as well a little bit.
Absolutely.
So what are the focus areas of the Climate Action Framework?
So there are many different focus areas within this framework, but think about all things from how you get around the city to how you heat and cool your buildings, what the natural spaces look like in our city, like parks and trails, as well as thinking about some of the cross-cutting areas like equity. We want to ensure that, the climate actions that we're taking reach people all throughout the city. We know that some people are impacted differently depending on where they live and the air quality impacts that they might have or the temperature changes that they face in their neighborhoods. So there are areas and actions in the plan to make sure that this plan touches everyone.
Excellent. And I know there was a public survey sent out. What were some of the highlights from that?
Yeah, so we did a recent public survey asking people all sorts of things about the climate impacts that they face and the priorities that they have for the next few years.
Yeah.
And so
probably got some mixed bag there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So some of the impacts that people are really facing are extreme heat and wildfire smoke.
Okay.
As you know, that's
which we've been facing, yes.
Really prevalent right now.
Yeah, right. Perfect timing for this podcast, actually, this episode.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So across the board, I think almost 90% of residents are facing some sort of climate impact.
Yeah.
The other thing that was really interesting to hear is that when asked about people's priorities around climate action, there was an overwhelming response that everyone is interested in protecting our trees and green spaces.
The tree canopy, what's that about?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, it ties really well into their concern around extreme heat.
Yeah.
So when we think about trees and having lots of shady areas in our city,
right. Helps.
That can really help with the extreme heat problem.
Right, right. Also, something I wanted to ask you about from the survey was, I know bike lanes was a big topic there. And can you talk a little bit about, I know we don't have visuals with us on the podcast, but some of the different bike lanes and then like having a cement structure that helps block traffic from coming into the bike lane, some of those results.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the big areas in the Climate Action Framework is transportation. This is the area that has the biggest impact on our city's greenhouse gas emissions. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we're providing lots of alternatives for transportation for
always
people
good.
Who want to walk, bike, or roll.
Take the bus.
Absolutely, taking the bus.
I took the bus today, as a matter of fact.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So in the survey, we asked people what their primary modes of transportation were and things like if they wanted to bike, what would encourage them to bike? Yeah. And a lot of people said that the biggest issue around biking is that they feel unsafe.
Okay.
And so then when you ask them some questions about, well, what would make you feel safer in these bike lanes, there are different options that you can have.
Right.
So you can have, a line painted on the ground. You can have actual barriers.
A little more
for the
space,
bike lane.
maybe?
Exactly. People really like that because they feel like that makes them feel safer rather than just having a painted line or just a widened street for bikers.
And the barriers got a pretty good response. Is that because it really does physically prevent traffic from even touching a bike, essentially?
I mean, I don't have any exact data to share with you on that, but I
I'm
would
guessing.
imagine.
Yeah. Just the physical.
I think it's just more visible for people. It, gives them that signal to stay a little further away, whereas a line, it's really easy to veer over.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing also besides biking or taking a bus, but also hybrid, some people will working from home, not even having to commute to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We very much encourage that as well.
Yeah. So those are all good things. One thing that was on the survey, shared cost and what residents would be willing to pay for. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. So as you know, all of the actions in our framework are very ambitious, but it takes money to get things done.
Nothing wrong with ambitious.
So we asked in the survey if people would be willing to contribute anything additional per month to fund climate activities that they feel are important.
And some interesting responses there.
We saw some really interesting responses, and we're really pleased that I believe it was about 81% of people said that they would be willing to contribute something additional.
That's significant.
That's really significant. One of the notable things is that people want to know what the money is going towards.
Yeah.
And they would like it to go towards the priority actions that they're interested in. So coming back to those trees and green spaces, for example.
Right. Okay. Interesting. And one thing to mention here, if people aren't aware, that climate is now a required chapter of the comprehensive plan update. So, and that's just got approved with the city and other cities and jurisdictions are approving those as well. So another topic considered, climate-friendly homes. Residents have concerns about power outages and rising costs. Can you share a little more about what that entails?
Yeah, absolutely. I think as things change, our homes change with them. So as we're facing more extreme heat events, we're facing wildfire smoke events, people are concerned about their power going out or their indoor air quality being poor.
Sure.
And so one of the ways that we can think about that is making either small or large upgrades to our homes.
Right.
So there are small actions that you can take, that are low budget and cost friendly. That can be things like weather stripping, putting a small piece of material on your windows and doors that might be leaking out air or bringing in unclean air. You can think about getting a smart thermostat if your system allows, so you can, utilize your heating and your cooling systems at the times that you need them, but trying not to use them when it's overburdening the system, when everyone else has their air condition on.
Yeah, and I think also, isn't it what you're talking about there, if you keep it at a constant level, then it's not going to be fluctuating so much as often?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So all those things probably help.
All of those things. And then you have, bigger upgrades that either keep you safe and comfortable in your home as well as help your home to be more climate friendly.
Solar panels?
Things like solar panels or things like more efficiency heating systems. Moving away from using natural gas to heat your home to more electric powered systems. All of those will both save you money in the long term as your systems are working more efficiently, as well as be really great for the climate and making sure that we're not burning fuels into the atmosphere.
Excellent. Yeah. Anything to save the footprint there.
Absolutely.
Something on the survey that gained general support from the community was we mentioned this earlier, but the tree canopy. Anything else more about? Because I know there is quite initiative for planting trees in different areas of the community. So obviously that's a pretty big thing in our community. We love our trees. We love them when we go hiking and all that kind of stuff. So any other information you can share with us about the tree canopy?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things to note is that people are really excited and really resonate with these ideas because, like you said, we love to use our green spaces.
Yeah. It's the Northwest. That's what we're all about, our trees.
Absolutely. But one of the things to note that we think a lot about on the climate team is the big areas that are really going to drive down our emissions. And so while trees can both have those resilience benefits, like I said, provide cooling in really hot areas, as well as capture carbon and sequester it from the atmosphere, The things that are really going to drive down our emissions are things like the way we get around and the way we heat and cool our buildings.
Yes.
So there's always kind of that push and pull between the things we love and we want to see versus some of the things that are really high impact.
A delicate balance.
Yes.
Okay, one thing, Lexi, I wanted to ask you just for some additional information about are the climate-friendly homes. Can you give a little more background about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I would be happy to. This is actually the area that my fellowship work is really focused on, understanding how the city can better support residents to stay safe in their homes, make their homes more affordable,
Sure.
and make sure that they're resilient to the changing climate.
Okay.
So what's really exciting about this is that there's not only kind of thinking about how our homes contribute to the climate,
Yeah.
but also how our homes contribute to our own health and safety.
Excellent.
And so one of the things that we're looking at is what are the ways that we can do this within the city?
Yeah.
Right now, the city has a really exciting program through our housing team that provides low-interest loans for people who are interested in large home repairs.
Okay.
So this is things like big structural repairs, like repairing your roof or your sewer system. But it also includes things like weatherization of your home
Yeah.
and making sure that any cracks in your home are sealed so that the energy you're producing stays inside and you stay warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
Yeah, and that can be a significant change.
Really significant change.
Yeah.
It can also save you money on your utility bills each month.
Sure.
And that program was recently expanded through a grant that we received from the Department of Commerce.
Okay.
It's called the HERE program, and it provides free, high-efficiency electric appliances
Okay.
to people who qualify. So customers within that program and through partnerships that we had with the Northwest Native Chamber and the Hispanic Metropolitan Chamber were able to get new appliances into
wow.
homes. And these appliances were able to switch homes to high-efficiency appliances that work better, that provide clean air in their homes, that save them money, and overall just improve the experience of living in your home.
Oh, that's great.
And so what we want to know is how we can do more. And that's kind of what I'm investigating through conversations with the community this summer is how can city programs and services help you to make these changes? Whether that's just learning more about what your home might need and having someone come in and do some sort of assessment of your home to
Okay.
see what are the areas you could save money or become more energy efficient.
Sure.
Whether that's programs that help you to afford these types of upgrades. We know that things like a new heating system is often a really big upfront cost,
Yes.
but can save you money and many other benefits in the long term.
True.
All the way to things like thinking about technical support around this process. You know, it can sometimes be challenging to understand where to go to find this support, what that process looks like, how long the renovations may take, and what to expect during that. So we're trying to understand what sorts of supports people might need and how we might be able to provide those through programs in the future.
Could be all kinds of ideas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Including smart devices.
including smart devices, including just simple fixes that you can do on your own, or even habits that you can take within your home, like shutting the lights off when you're not using them, or, you know, keeping your blinds down on really sunny days. So
Yep.
it goes all the way from those simple fixes to really big home
Check,
upgrades.
check, and check. Yes.
Yes.
So what are the next steps from the action plan now that the survey's been done? What can we look forward to next?
So with the action plan, we are mandated by council to update it every 4 years. And so this is the year that it is going through an update.
Okay.
And what that means is just we're taking stock of the progress that's happened so far. We're getting out in the community and talking to our residents to understand their priorities, which was what the survey was a part of.
Yeah.
And now we're going to be analyzing all of that feedback in the fall to create an updated plan
Okay.
that reflects the priorities that we have now, the work that's already been done, and where we want to go in the future.
And is there a date in mind for when the plan itself, all those updates will be completed by?
Yes, it's expected to go to council in December for adoption.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does that reflect everything you mentioned in the survey and everything, all the results, are those in some way also reflected in the comp plan as
So-
a reference?
Yes, so I think a lot of it is in line with what the comp plan team is seeing already through their engagement processes. They heard a lot of similar things that we heard in the communities around feeling concern for the changing climate, for the extreme heat, for power outages. And so a lot of the things that they have in their plan will be directly reflected in our plan as well. We want to make sure they work together.
Right, yeah. So I have to ask you, as a climate fellow, if you will, with the climate framework, have you had to work with the people with the comp plan to sort of share ideas and make sure this kind of all comes together as essentially as one thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a key part of the process. So their plan was updated a little bit before our update, but the comprehensive plan was directly influenced and impacted by the climate action framework that the city already had. And they did additional analyses to understand the climate vulnerabilities in our community and think about what climate pressures we're already facing, what we expect to see in the future, and then we used both of our plans to really inform and shape what those actions are.
Excellent. That sounds great. Well, anything else you like to add here before we wrap up about climate that I might be missing?
Yeah, I think just to highlight that climate is really something that we are seeing and feeling right now, as you know.
Absolutely, yes.
And so
front and present.
Yeah, this is not a problem, that we will deal with down the line. This is really...
It's happening.
It's happening now, and we invite the city, our community to all join in. We all have a part to play. Nothing is too small to make a difference. So I'm really excited to keep working on this at the city and get involved with some of the actions that our community members are taking as well.
Excellent. And once this gets approved, I'm guessing moving forward before it's time for the next one, I think you said 4 years between each, that somehow things would be monitored between now and then. So when the next one does come around, there'll be sort of another update and sort of results of what's been happening between this one and when the next one happens. Does that sound about accurate?
Yes. One of the things that we are adding as a new addition to our update is really clear and actionable metrics that we can measure so that we are better able to do exactly what you said.
Got to have the metrics.
Track our progress and
Yes.
see where we have really advanced, where we might be falling short, and what areas that we can continue to work on through that next iteration.
And likely followed by another community survey.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Okay, well, I think that's about all time we have for today. Lexi, I want to thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, of course. If you want more information about this, check out the website at cityvancouver.us/climate and think about ways you can make a difference in climate.